it's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vina Entertainment News. Before I get into the girls, I'm going to start with people who were not on the episode tonight, okay? So I'm going to start with Kenya Moore. Most of you feel like because I support Kenya Moore, I'm still bringing her up even though she's not in these episodes, but actually social media keeps bringing her up. She's minding her business. She did not go on this trip. What happens is that people, for some reason, have lost common sense. She's not on these last few episodes because she did not go on a trip. Okay, now let's just say Kim did not go on a trip, right? Portia went and left. So let's just say today's episode that just came out, and you might get this video the next day, but I just watched it on Sunday. But let's just say the producers has shown Portia doing something away from the group when she left in Atlanta, and have shown Kim doing something with her family outside of the trip, but did not show Kenya doing something separate outside of the trip. Then the whole situation about Kenya Moore got fired and she's being phased out of the show would have made sense. But the producers and the show and everyone were focused on the trip, the money, the production. Everyone went to Barcelona and was just focused on this trip. So as you can see, when Portia left, that was it. Portia is not on this episode tonight. Since Kim did not go on a trip, they have not shown anything of what Kim is doing outside of the trip. And the same thing goes for Kenya. So why is it that Kenya is the only one being attacked about the rumors about her being fired are true and all of that, but Kim is not there? She have not been in 3 episodes or whatever, how many episodes it's been. Does that mean Kim is getting fired too? Portia wasn't in the nice episode because she left. Does that mean she's getting fired? No, it's just common sense. Whoever that did not stay in Barcelona is not in the episode because production is focusing on the trip, point blank period, and that's it. So it's like, for the people who hate Kenya Moore so much and claiming the show would be great without her, but yet still continue to talk about her, tweet her. And this was Kenya's response to someone who sent a tweet, and then one of the blog pages that support the show posted it, so I had to come and do the screen. Let's go ahead and move on to the girls who stayed on the trip, okay? And well, also too, let me just talk about the ratings quickly. The show been on for a long time, a very long time. So with shows like this, eventually either the ratings is gonna go up or it's gonna drop because it's the same old different day. People are tired. It doesn't matter how many new faces and new people they bring around. It's still gonna be the same old. What did Eva do? She came around. She did the same thing. She brought gossip to the group. She didn't do anything extra that anybody else have not done. So okay, maybe fresh face, but apart from that, there's no extra excitement that she brought to the show. Eva is a beautiful girl, don't get me wrong. I'm just talking 100% about the show and bringing something to the table. I'm just saying she's not bringing anything to the table that the other girls haven't already brought to the table, okay? That have nothing to do with me attacking her character. Let's just focus on the show, guys, because I know some of you go off for no reason. Let's just focus on the show, because that's what I do. I don't attack people, character, unless a character needs to be put in check. So let's go ahead and move on. The ladies, left the villa and was very happy about that. They were very happy about leaving because, the living arrangements were not too great. They went to the hotel and it looked beautiful. So it was nice to see them come together, do that whole photo shoot for Sheree. That I only brought that up because I'm going to talk about the modeling scene and, Eva teaching Sheree some poses, and then Cynthia Bailey going out there to be like, yeah, I was here first, I'm an OG, you're not about to come in here and steal the spotlight. Just a friendly competition. But it was cool that they tried to make light out of the situation and just have fun and all of that. The whole segment with Nene and the girls and her just going off about Tyrone and all of that, it's almost like something really deep happened because now she doesn't want to talk about him. Whatever the case might be, I'm over Tyrone. But hey, Sheree needs to tell the girls thank you for even bringing him up. And thank you for that check, because no one knows what storyline she has this season. But because of Candy asking that question, Sheree's name was very active in this episode. So kudos to Candy for looking out for Sheree, and now she's going to go ahead and cash that check. Now, you all know I'm not here for Sheree, really, but the whole thing about production and that tweet that she wrote, it is true, because, you know, production will set up a scene and invite certain people and do certain things and blindside you just to get the reaction that they're looking for. Because I'm telling you, these people don't care about you or anybody else. They care about their money, their coins, okay? That's all they care about. And so I completely agree with that. Production pays, the show pays for all of these expensive trips, okay? So they, you know, come up with an idea and then tell someone who wants to, you know, claim this one. So if everything goes well, you get to say, I planned it and everything. But, you know, production handled that. So I wouldn't be surprised if production was the one that insisted that Kim showed up to Nene event. But Nene could have been blindsided. And when Kim showed up with Sheree, she just assumed that Sheree brought her. And because that's the whole point. Production wants to get people and catch them by surprise so that they can have that instant and priceless reaction. Eva trying to bring it up again and Nene putting her in her place, and then the whole awkward scene with Cynthia licking her lips, and it's like, Candy, just take her somewhere. And you know, I'm not even gonna say that because Candy already went through so much mess with these ladies. Candy is like, I'm gonna joke around in the open on this bus with everybody, but nope, I'm not touching any of you. I'm not coming close to any of you because I've had enough issues with the whole situation with Portia and Phaedra lying on me. I am good, but Cynthia is just like, okay, girl, calm down. But it was interesting with her licking her lips and doing all of those things were awkward. And, you know, her saying, if, you know, I love that through all of the mess and all of the drama and everything else, Cynthia wanted to just focus on positivity, you know, focus on just God and you know, cleansing herself. Now, before I even move on, let's go back to this shade that Sheree threw at Nene. When Nene did not want to eat the beef, as Sheree said, I don't even care for Sheree, but my mouth was open. I was like, what? And Sheree said, come on, Nene, don't act like you have not had old beef before, something along those lines. And she goes, hello, Greg, or something like that. I was like, ew, that's nasty. Okay, this is an example here. What Sheree said was disrespectful, whatever the case might be, but they all throw shade at each other. So, you know, I laugh, moved on, whatever. All of social media and people saying shade, move on. No one is attacking the fact that Nene been married for 20 years. Yes, she and Greg did get a divorce and did that whole thing for TV and for a check and all of that. But, you know, and she had that break, the 1 year fake break, the claim they had, a breakup, whatever. But no one attacked Sheree relationship. No one wrote, I can't believe you're coming for Greg and calling him old and saying these things. At least Nene have a man and she's been married for 20 years. Where's your man in jail? No one went that far. Everyone laughed and said, oh, it's just a simple shade, whatever. Nene will be just fine. Nene responded in a very, you know, vulgar way. Like, I'm not going to put the tweet in here because it was just laced with profanity. But, that's how Nene responded to Sheree, but no one really cared. had it been Kenya Moore that had made a joke like this, it was going to be a war. It was going to be at least Nene have a husband and the man who she's been with for 20 years, who love her, blah blah blah. Where's your man? Where's your bought husband? Your paid for husband? You better be grateful and hope that he doesn't leave you. You better hope that you guys even pass the 1 year mark. It would have been all of these hateful comments towards Kenya and people calling her messy and disgusting and nasty and all of these names had it been her who made the same joke. Even though Sheree have a man that is in jail, and I'm not judging the guy for being in jail. It's like, oh, it's just Sheree, she gets a pass. But them, joking around saying Candy when he's in Tyrone, and Cynthia was like, who, child? I thought, and Candy was like, trust me, you would have remembered. I'm like, oh my God, this group. But it was nice to see them at the river, just being positive. And, Eva went there and apologized, but not before she threw her shade and said some things about Shamia. But it was nice that they were all able to, put that to the wayside and apologize, hug it out, and all of that. And Cynthia speech to Nene, it looks like that friendship contract might come back. And people were saying, oh, there we go, Kenya is not there, so now she's saying all of these things about Nene. Now guys, it's possible to have more than one best friends that you love dearly, and you love each of them separately for separate reasons. So, I'm sure Cynthia have her reasons why she cared about Kenya and her situation with Nene. But that's the beauty. See, one thing about Kenya is not territorial. It's like, okay, you're my friend, cool. You hanging with Nene and Molly and all of these people. I don't care. When we're together, we have fun, and I'm just going to focus on our friendship. I'm not going to not talk to you or care for you because you're hanging with this person. Whereas Nene, who is doing her best to grow and come around, but before, Nene is the type of person where if I'm not rocking with Sarah, you don't need to rock with Sarah. I don't care if Sarah is nice to you. The fact that I'm your friend and Sarah is mean to me, if you rock with Sarah, then that's betrayal. That's Nene right there. I can't talk to you or rock with you if you're rocking with someone that I don't mess with, which is not cool at all, because just because you have a problem with somebody doesn't mean. So anyways, it's nice to see that the trip ended, or is ending, on a very nice and positive look. Now I'm waiting for this read that Candy is about to give to Kim in the next episode. I'm waiting for that because Kim needs to be put in her place, and I'm really looking forward to the reunion to see what we will see, how the whole dynamic work. I already know the reunion is going to be a hot mess. It's all about who can read who the best, and who can hit below the belt, and who can tear this person down. It's just it's draining to just watch that, but I get it. The girls went to the beach, kumbaya, hug. Cynthia threw some water on her boobs, whatever the case might be, and it was, oh my God, the episode was boring. Oh, it was dry. It was this. But then they fight and jump on tables and do whatever. Then there's a guy, oh my God, you got to tear each other down. It's boring. It's like they can never find a good balance, because when they're fighting, black women are fighting, and they need to stop. When they're not fighting, it's boring. So, I just think the show is at the point where it's like, okay, we get it and whatever. Bravo, I believe, will just keep bringing the show back. I don't see Bravo pulling the plug on that show anytime soon. I mean, if they have to recast, the entire, they did the same thing. Remember, Lisa Wu left at one point, Sheree left at one point, Kim left, even Nene left, and it was all new faces. The only person, but Candy was in the original member, even though she's been there the longest since she started the show. She have not left for a season, quit or whatever. But all of the original cast members left, and it was just new faces, and it brought new energy to the show. So maybe Bravo might have to do that. We shall see. At this point, the whole Kenya Moore being fired, whatever, I don't care, because you know what I'm saying? It's like your life, your marriage, being happy. What is more important? I just think at this point, Kenya only hung around this long, to be honest with you, to just prove a point that you all are not going to bully me in a corner. That's what bullies want. They want to be able to say, we won, now you're no longer here, we defeated you. They don't like you to stand up to them and say, I'm still here and I'm going to be great. And I think Kenya is just hanging there as in everything all of you said that I wouldn't be or accomplish, I've accomplished it. So what is your next, move? And eventually, now that everything is good, I think she will leave. Maybe Kenya wants to go through her pregnancy on a show to prove another point. But at this moment, I just feel like you don't have any more points to prove, baby girl. Like, if moving on is what's best for you and your family, absolutely go ahead and do that. But we are going to see, they're finally off this trip. So I'm excited to see, the new episodes and all of that. I heard that. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and shut my mouth and end it here, my Vina loves. I am wishing you all an amazing day. And don't get me wrong, guys. Before I end it, I always throw this in there. I'm not excusing anything that Kenya have done. Because for some reason, when people, when I focus on just what happened in the episode and talk about it, for the people who are new and have not seen other episodes, they automatically assume that I'm saying that this person is perfect and have not made any mistakes. No, I'm just talking about the situation and moving on. I'm not excusing that, oh, Kenya is perfect and have not made mistakes or said things. That's not what I'm saying. But thank you all for the love and support. Go ahead and click the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to this channel. Turn on the notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see all of you in the comment section because I always respond to every single comment. All right, guys, I'm wishing you all an amazing and a prosperous week. And remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.